I'll tell you one right off the back, and you can even quote me. One of the first things that they were doing, and this is Karen Gray was one of the council people that instigated this thing, is that Don Hammond was having a 5-year contract. If I give you a 5-year contract, when am I supposed to renew that contract?
Every 5 years.
Okay, they were renewing that contract every year.
Wow.
What does that mean? Every 5 years?
Pay raise?
No.
Oh, okay.
Contract. Okay, that he was with the. What I'm saying is that he was there.
So the contract would never run out.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. Yes, because when I got there and they said, well, this is coming up, we're going to renew his contract for another 5 years. I said, well, when was it up? Well, it was up actually 4 years from when I was sitting there with him. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I said, guys. I don't hate nobody, but once again, let's be smart about this stuff. That's why I'm here, and that's why we have a lot of problems in our city because people don't do what's right. Okay, and that's when they all agreed. Even Don Hammond understood, you know. And he was the man they were doing it for. And so what do we do it now? Every 5 years. Okay? We ain't going to play this game now as long as I'm sitting there.
Well, let me ask you, okay. I know what the AG has ruled. Okay, I know what the Texas AG has ruled. I went online and I poured through every ruling that he's made in similar cases to this, okay? Because he hasn't made one on a specific home rule city that I can find. And I've poured through everything. I've been in contact with Austin. Okay. Him being water board commissioner, would that not cause a conflict with him being, city manager over a city that his water board has partial control over?
And now this is what this is one of the things. Once again,
they're meeting in executive session. Just
discuss that right now. That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
But did they get a letter from the Attorney General saying that yes, he could do that? I haven't seen it, but yes, he can. Supposedly, okay.
I know what the rulings were, and I know what the rulings were in similarity to it, and I know that he'll probably end up being appointed to this position. Or voted
he won't be appointed to it unless
voted.
the board members from the water district allow it. Okay, because he can't. Just because they want to do it doesn't mean he's going over. He's got to have my approval and the majority of the water board. Now, would we like to see it sometime happening? Yes, because like I told people from day one, this city, water district, and the city should be as one.
They should be.
Should be.
It should be.
But until, like I told people, until the city gets their act together, knows how to spend money, I don't want it to happen. Okay?
Yeah.
Because what they need is that money and the assets the water district does have, and they do have money and assets. But the point is, you want them to get it and then abuse this, what they have over there when they've already got a problem over here financially. So that's what we want to try and bring them together.
That's what we're trying to find out is where everything's being misused at.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
did you know I ran for mayor against Cedric Davis 3 years ago?
No, I did not.
Okay. I sat right here, not in that handicap, right in the other square.
Were you the one that almost got into a fisticuffs with him?
No. I'm the type of person, okay. And most of the time I carry to conceal, so I don't go there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because anything can happen when no, I don't have anything on me. I just got to work. That's my other thing. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is, people said that they were going to have somebody run against him. Okay, and I sat right there 2 hours before the cutoff to sign for those packets in there, turn the packet in. Guess what? Nobody ever showed up. What does David Chang have to do, knowing that I am not the best person for the position? But I'm certainly not going to let somebody that I know his history walk in there unopposed.
Well, I understand security work. I mean, I come from 15 years of security. Served in the Navy, history there.
Yeah.
Served in private security in Dallas, and I've worked for some of the best security companies, and I've worked for some of the worst security companies, and I know about his troubles with,
Well, you might know stuff and I don't want to hear it. But the point is, I know stuff about him. Yeah. You might know stuff that I don't know about him. The point is, was he the best qualified? I felt he wasn't. But it's not for me to make that decision. It's the voters. Okay? Yeah. But I wasn't about to allow him to walk in unopposed. Yeah. Because I don't care who you are, unless you are Jesus himself. Exactly. Somebody should always oppose you, because everybody should have an option to choose either or. Yep. That's just my belief.
Always, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to step up, knowing that I'm not the best qualified. But like I told people, if I got in there, it wasn't to change the city around, because that's not what needs to be changed first. Management. That's where the problem is at, management. We all know that there's been problems in here with money being abused. The point is that nobody's in here to finger it, and if they would have done some of the stuff I told them to do, maybe we would have found out where the problems were really at. But like I said, it's right here, right in the city, right there. It's not out there, it's here. Okay?
City
And
Hall.
to this day,
Starts in
even the
the
chief of police right there, who's the assistant.
Take care of yourself.
Hey, you too.
Take care, buddy.
Who is
See you
the
later.
assistant city, or well, he's the city manager, is that's the same thing. Should he have both jobs? No. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be a temporary deal for the council to find somebody. Did it happen? No. They decided to keep him there for whatever reason. And that's caused a conflict. And just like I've told him to his face, no, he's not the best thing. So, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
he's a good person. He's a good chief of police, as far as I'm concerned for now. But to handle both jobs, no.
No.
You got to have two
Especially in a
separate.
city this large.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like running unopposed.
Exactly. So we're trying
Like
to
there's
remedy
not
those.
another
Yeah.
person qualified for the position.
There is. There is.
You
It's just-
guys are the closest city for like, well, you can go over to Dallas and go get your beer over in Dallas, but he's staring me down pretty hard, like,
Now,
No,
the other, the other
Well,
part is, and you can use mine, because like I tell people, people say Balch Springs has got all this beer and wine, and when it first opened up, you know who brought Balch beer and wine to the city? Me. Okay, I'll take the blame for it, okay? But the council that was in place when I told them, because other people had tried it, okay, and tried to get beer and wine into the city, and they failed. But they were now facing me, and things had changed over time. The churches and stuff, it wasn't the same anymore, and I knew it. So I knew I had a good shot at bringing beer and wine, but it wasn't to David Chang, because I used to drink. I don't drink or smoke and do all that kind of stuff. But the point was, the city needed revenue.
Absolutely,
The police
yeah.
department needed more pay, because I used to be an ex-cop, and I know these guys didn't have the highest pay around.
Right.
So what did I have to do to try and help the city? Only because I live here, was get beer and wine in here.
That's right.
But where the screw up was Mayor Middleton was the mayor at the time, okay? And I have nothing against him, but to this day, he was laughing in my face after the election when I asked him, I said, Mayor, how many times did I come to a city council meeting and tell you people, I tried to warn you what I was doing out there and tell you to get ordinances in place.
Yep, absolutely.
The mayor, our current mayor, was in planning and zoning. She had the stuff ready for them, told them what they need to do. They didn't want to listen to her. But guess what? Some people in politics here that run want to blame her for the beer and wine in the city.
Right.
No. She was the only person with me that was trying to make sure we had ordinances in place. Because
Right.
as soon as it passed, guess what? Property on all these damn corners around here shot up. And I've shot up from, let's say, $10,000 to $1 million. And it's no joke. You know, people were trying to buy up land around over here on corners because Balch Springs had no restrictions on beer and wine.
Yeah.
Okay? To this day, I never dreamed that we would have drive-through beer and wines. Okay? And Balch Springs is the capital of drive-through beer and wines. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
I need to put one down in Palmer, because I got beer and wine down in Palmer.